What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance. This is part 1 of season 7, episode 7. And the title of this episode is The Truth Shall Set You Free. Let's start off with Michael and Juliana. So Michael and Juliana head to their bedroom to further discuss the prenup after his ex-wife leaves. Juliana says that it doesn't matter how many times he explains to her, she still doesn't get it. Michael tries to reassure her that the prenup is in her benefit as well, and the prenup is there to make sure that she's protected too. Juliana wants the marriage to work and says that she's a bit annoyed and feels like he shares a lot of things with Sarah, which is his ex-wife, that he doesn't share with her. She adds that she gave up so much to be with Michael and came to America, so it's uncomfortable to talk about a possible divorce before they've even gotten married. Let's move on to Emily and Sasha. So waiting at the airport is Emily's mom and sister. Emily says that it feels great to be home and greeted by her family, but now the 90 days start. Sasha says that he feels America is the land of opportunity, so he's hoping to make it as a model and a fitness trainer. Until Emily and Sasha can get their own place, they will be staying with Emily's sister. Now, Emily's mom and sister, they joke around saying that Emily, you left and came back home with 2 boys. I thought that was definitely shade. I thought it was hilarious though. I mean, she did really leave single and came back with 2 boys because she's going to have to take care of him as well and do all of the work, because I don't really see him as one of those type of companions who is very active. I mean, he wasn't even active in his own kids from the previous marriages that he had. He's not even active in their lives for real. I mean, is he really a hands-on father? No, not at all. So Emily's sister is skeptical of Sasha because of his past, but she's allowing them to stay with her, also giving up her bedroom so that they can feel comfortable. Let's move on to Angela. So Angela bought a new lock for her bedroom door, and she then calls a meeting with her grandkids in the living room. She tells them that they can no longer sleep with her in her bed because Michael will be sleeping there. Angela says that he'll be the man of the house, so they all better deal with it. She's expecting Michael to take care of her grandkids and her mom when she's not around. Let's move on to Mike and Natalie. So Natalie wants to take Mike to church, but Mike only believes in aliens. Now, Natalie wants to save Michael's soul. She feels like this is what she is doing. She's saving his soul, and she wants him to be baptized. On the way to church, Natalie proves that she's never drove before. I mean, it was crazy. Homegirl, she was hitting the brakes real hard every second and driving on the wrong side of the road, driving on railroad tracks, almost side swiping folks. I mean, it was just a lot going on, and the girl can't drive. So she says that it's not her greatest ability to drive a car, and we believe her. Once they step into the church, Mike goes to hold Natalie's hand and she says no. Natalie says to Mike, will he go to church with her once she comes to America? And Mike responds that he doesn't want to make any promises. He adds that it's just not in his heart to do so right now, and he doesn't judge people based off of their beliefs. Natalie is going about it all wrong. I feel like you can't force someone to believe what you believe. She needs to find a man who shares her same beliefs. Mike is just not that guy. So Mike feels like he's being judged by Natalie, and she ends up getting super frustrated to the point of tears. Natalie says that her life is all about faith, and she doesn't know if she wants to marry Mike if he doesn't believe in God. Now, in my opinion, I feel like you can't pick and choose when you want to honor God and only follow certain rules, or when you want to exercise those beliefs. Like, for example, she doesn't know if she wants to marry him, but yet she wanted a baby out of wedlock, and also she had sex with him on the night he got there to Ukraine. So I just don't understand her logic when it comes to all of this. Like I said, you can't pick and choose when you want to use it. Carry it in all aspects of your life. Don't use that every chance you get. It's like, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to get baptized, you have to believe, but you're not even being a good example of your own faith. So that's just my thought on it. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this. Let's move on to Anna and Marcel. So invites have already been sent out, but Anna is still feeling the pressure to go through with this wedding. Anna's friends are throwing her a bachelorette party, and when she gets there, they start throwing back drinks and questioning her about her relationship with Marcel. Once the liquor gets in Anna's system, she gets loose with her mouth and she tells her friends things that she probably wouldn't have told them if she hadn't been drinking. So Marcel doesn't like to kiss Anna. This is what she tells her friends. He doesn't like to kiss her when she's been drinking. He tells her that her mouth smells bad. So her friends then read her on having reservations and the fact that she cleans behind Marcel. She tells them that it's basically like taking care of another kid. Her friends are confused and concerned if Anna is making the right decision. They tell her something doesn't feel right, and they encourage her to tell Marcel's parents about her children before they get married. Let's move on to Robert and Annie. So Robert and Annie have 60 days to wed. Robert says that he's used to sleeping with Bryson, but to me, it's ridiculous. There's no way that Bryson should be sleeping in the bed in between Robert and Annie. So Robert in the next scene takes Annie to look at a 2-bedroom apartment. Annie says that it's not easy and it's uncomfortable sleeping with Bryson because he's a wild sleeper. Now, when they showed the night cam, Bryson was up. This is not about being a wild sleeper. This little boy was up, kicking his dad in the neck. So I'm so sorry to say, but Bryson is bad. And he definitely needs some discipline. Like, there's a difference if you're a wild sleeper and you're in his sleep, but he was wide awake intentionally, kicking his father in the neck, all while Robert just laid there and allowed him to do that instead of telling him not to do that. I mean, he just allows him to get away with a lot. So let's go back to the apartment. When they're touring the apartment, Annie loves this apartment because of the space and the view that it offers. Now, after touring the apartment, Robert wants to know how much it's going for. Now, everybody knows you check how much a place is before you go look at it to make sure that it's within your budget. Make sure it's something that you can even afford. So Annie gets mad when Robert tells her that he just renewed his lease for another year. These two get into a full-blown argument in front of the realtor, and she was super uncomfortable. So Annie demands that she wants the apartment, and Robert argues that Annie is selfish. Comment down below your thoughts on that scene with Robert and Annie. Let's move on to Emily and Sasha. So it's Emily and Sasha's first day in America, and Emily says that she's still super tired, but she's really excited to be home. For breakfast, she serves Sasha his first bowl of cereal. Sasha had a lot of questions, and you could tell that he preferred to have eggs, vegetables, oatmeal, and fruit because he's into this fitness lifestyle. So when he eats the cereal, he says it's a lot of sugar. When Emily's sister wants to know what Sasha would like to do for the day, he says that he wants to visit the gym and train. Now, Emily's sister's facial expressions were totally judgy. She's like, that's the first thing you want to do when you come here? You don't want to sightsee? You don't want to go see the buildings? You don't want to do this and that? You want to go to the gym? And her sister tells the camera crew that she's never seen Emily go to the gym. So she believes that Emily's motivation to go is solely because of Sasha. So back to the cereal, Sasha calls it a cheat meal. Okay. And then he goes on to say that Emily's sister told him that she eats healthy, but the cereal isn't healthy. He then looks at Emily's mom and says, "Do you eat this stuff too?" And when her mother responds, "No," he says, "Well, good." Then he proceeds to look her up and down and says, "I can see." So I don't know if you caught on to that, but I feel like he's very flirty. This is probably what he does. So Sasha is, to me, a womanizer. okay, because he loves to hop around, and I won't be surprised if he does the same thing to Emily. And he thinks that he's really hot stuff. But anywho, he offers to cook breakfast, telling them what he needs, and he winks his eye at her. Like, it's just really like, ugh. He tells the sister that she needs to stop eating cereal like that. So the sister ends up picking the box back up. She picks the cereal back up and eats it in front of him like, okay, I just ate it, that type of little thing. So it was just a hot mess. Emily's sister tells the camera crew that she's not Sasha's client and it's her house, adding, part of being a guest is being polite. When they leave for the gym, he tells Emily's mom that he loves her and winks his eye at her again. What a creep. Comment down below your thoughts. Did you kind of catch some of that a little bit? The way he was looking at her mom and winked his eye, and it's just some of the stuff he was saying. I don't know. It didn't sit well with me. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know if you picked up on that. So I need to hear all of your thoughts in the comment section down below on 90 Day Fiance. This was part 1 of season 7, episode 7. And the title of this episode is The Truth Shall Set You Free. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.